occupied.
We are strong, America. We are strong. Beat Ireland.
Calm down. All that. So game 6 in the MIA. Heat trying to avoid elimination. And pregame, Wade talking about the players needing to step up because, you know, he stepped up all series.
You know, these are the kind of moments where you hope someone emerge and give you a little more than you planned for. So it has to be a total team effort tonight. Our leaders have the lead, and hopefully someone will be special tonight.
Oh, that's special. Someone, Goran Dragic, stepping up big, and he was a driving machine, Kara.
30 points in this one, but he set the tone with his quick drives, getting to the paint, his ability to finish. And Miami did a great job of just spacing the floor. Remember, they had a ton of smalls out there, and Goran took advantage.
10 points, 5 of 6 from the field in the paint in the second quarter. Now, rookie Josh Richardson, he also put his fingerprint on this one. Second quarter, Wade along the baseline finds Richardson, and what?
Get some.
He done got some.
Oh, man, Josh Richardson. And you look at the rookies on this team, they've really been put in tough spots here in the playoff series. And Josh Richardson, again, we talked about the paint and the lack of interior defense for the Raptors. Look at that right there.
33 minutes played, a big 9 points off the bench for Richardson. Third quarter, Dragic continued his scoring ways. Baseline, whoa, that was pretty.
El Dragon. That's his nickname. That's his real nickname.
What's his nickname?
El Dragon.
Oh, okay. I like the dragon. And here, DeMarre Carroll, step back in his eye. So Carroll had enough of that off a lay-in by Kyle Lowry. Watch as Carroll and Dragic get tangled up. They have some words. Dragic's play clearly frustrating the Raptors.
He's a tough kid. A lot of people don't know that. Goran's a real tough kid. He doesn't back down from anything.
And as you said, Kara, career playoff high 30 points for Dragic, but it was closing time, meaning it was father prime time.
Oh, jeez.
D-Wade struggled most of the game with his shot, but come to do what we expect from him, and that's in the fourth quarter, be able to make plays. We saw him make some on the offensive end. We also saw him make have a big block on the defensive end as well. 22 points for Wade. Crossover there. Do you like Flash? Still flashback?
Well, he's not Flash anymore.
I mean, he looks darn near close to Flash.
He's been looking good last couple of games, but he's not Flash. Come on.
He gives Corey Joseph the stare down as the Heat force a Game 7, winning 103-91. Meanwhile, the Raptors fall to 0-7 in postseason games when they entered with a lead in the series. It's their first loss this postseason when DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry have combined for over 50 points. The Heat, they get their 6th straight win when facing elimination at home. Dragic shot 12 of 21. Wade blocked a game-high 3 shots, and the Heat, despite no Hassan Whiteside, as we talked about, going small, only lost the rebounding battle 43-41. Here's Wade and Dragic on forcing a big Game 7.
You got to give a little more. You got to do a little more. You know, obviously, it's a great environment to be in. You know, I think for us and for Toronto to be able to put ourselves in a position to get to this Game 7. You know, it's phenomenal. But you got to give everything you have. It's no tomorrow, and from that standpoint of that series, and you know, that's the way we approach it. So I think it's going to be 2 teams, you know, trying to give everything they have, and best team win, man.
I was just aggressive, you know. I don't want to go home to Europe. I mean, you know, I still want to be here, and you know, it was an important game for us. Of course, we came out from the first minute really aggressive, tried to attack the paint and space the floor, and I think so. We did an amazing job tonight.
They sure did, and the Heat will live to see another day, and a lot of that credit goes to Goran Dragic. Dragic registered only the second 30-point game by a Heat guard that started next to D-Wade since the Heat drafted him. The last to do so was Damon Jones, who did it back in 2005, first round, against the Nets. So, Kara, how was Dragic able to be so effective in this game?
No, it started with his aggressiveness and being able to attack the paint. Now, remember in this series, with no Valanciunas, no Whiteside, there's no guy in the paint on either end that's really going to deter you too much from getting to the lane. Biyombo's probably the best case for Toronto. When you look at what Goran Dragic was able to do, it's getting into the lane, and what he saw when he turned corners, when he got past the first level of the screen, was a whole lot of nothing in between him and the basket. You see the help defenders, Patrick Patterson and Corey Joseph, no one goes. This was a nice little play right out of timeout. When he turns the corner, look at DeMar DeRozan. His back is turned toward where Goran Dragic is. Biyombo gets a late contest, but Dragic is able to get into the paint. Again, Wade to Dragic combo and a flyby by DeRozan, but he's still able to finish. Miami was the aggressor in this one. And when you're the aggressor and you feel like that second level, there is no resistance, that's going to help your courage. That's going to help your ability to get into the paint more and more. So I thought that was great by the Heat offense.
Yeah, and they've been using something they call positionless basketball, having to go small. They used 8 players, the tallest being Mick Roberts at 6'10". The average height of the others were just under 6'6". The Heat now 6-0 in its last 6 elimination games. The NBA's longest current streak. Amin, governor of Heat Island, give us the State of the Union address.
Things have never been better here on the island. Food and supplies are plentiful, fresh water, everyone's happy. But let me tell you something. More than the Heat playing well, and what Kara said was absolutely right, them going small forced Toronto's hand. Where if you're going to play Biyombo, who's a limited player, and if he's not killing you on the offensive glass, which he didn't, he only had 1 offensive rebound tonight, then it's meaningless having him out there. And once they go small, it opens the lanes up for the drive-in. But Toronto, let me say something right now.
Say something.
These guys right here turned into pumpkins tonight. Terrence Ross, Corey Joseph, Bismack Biyombo, they look like world beaters last couple of games. Tonight, the clock struck midnight, and they look like the role players they are. Overwhelmed, not efficient, not impactful. And for Toronto to have the kind of success that they had in the last couple of games, it really had little to do with DeRozan and Lowry playing well, because DeRozan still had a bad shooting night tonight. They got to the free throw line, yes, but the difference was they were getting those contributions from those other guys, from Biyombo on the glass and finishing in the paint, from Corey Joseph, who I joked the other night and said, wow, Tony Parker looks really good for Toronto tonight. And from Terrence Ross, who's been hitting some big shots, and tonight they all disappeared.
Yeah, well, Game 7 Sunday in Toronto. The winner will head to Cleveland for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Both these teams have played in a Game 7, these playoffs. Who wins this Game 7, Kara?
I'm going to go with the home team in Toronto. And, you know, like Amin said, in Game 6, they didn't get those contributions. They're going to have to get them at home. And I think they're going to. I think those guys are going to step up and make enough plays. Lowry and DeRozan were great, but they disappeared a little bit in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to play well. Well, there'll be a more nervous home crowd than the Toronto Raptors fans in this Game 7.
They've got one Game 7 win in the history of their franchise, right? And it just happened a couple of weeks ago. I think the beginning and the end of the Toronto offense is always, can we get the call tonight? Can we get to the free throw line? If we get to the free throw line, you watch Lowry, his confidence swells, he gets into a rhythm. Same thing with DeRozan. If they don't get those calls early, they don't get to those lines early, then they fall apart, and I think they will. I think Miami takes Game 7.
Oh, you think Miami takes Game 7?
You know,
oh, my gosh.
Governor,
breaking news. How crazy do you think Drake's going to be in that Game 7? He better be there. I don't care if he has any concerts or whatever.
The album just came out. He's got to promote.
Come on, Game 7.
Promote your album, man. Don't watch this massacre.
Sunday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. You watch this game, not massacre. It's time now for our Saturday night, and it's on Heat coach Erik Spoelstra, who is now 10-4 in his career when facing elimination. Among active coaches who've played at least 10 games, he's the only one to have a record better than 500 in that category, and that also includes a mark of 8-1 at home in elimination games. And while we're on nicknames, Filipino Jackson, right?
Oh, God, jeez.
That's amazing. It's the best nickname, Filipino Jackson.